Coursework deadline is 25th November. And you know what this is, right? Because your coursework will be marked anonymously, so you must not put your student ID on your coursework. You must not put your name on your coursework. You must not put your email on your coursework. Is that clear? Because it's going to be marked anonymously, right? If you put your name or you put your student ID, any form of identity is minus 10. You lost 10 marks. Okay, so it's an anonymous mark. Anonymous mark means you must listen and obey instruction. So don't go and put any identity on your report. If you do that, you buy minus 10 with your hand. Okay, so don't do that. They said that this coursework should take an average student who is up to date with tutorial work approximately 50 hours. It means that 50 hours is 2 days, 24 hours a day, 24 plus 24, 48, right?
It's 1 o'clock.
So the 2 hours, we cannot, I don't know how to approximately, what is not a quarter, is decimal. Hello, sirs. Okay, so they are decimals, right? So please make sure that you can finish the coursework in 2 days. In 2 days. That is what they say here. I know that the report will take you more time. I think most important, the report is what will take student more time because you have to do some research. But for design, I think the design can take you 2 days, okay? Finish in 2 days. Okay, so I am done with deadline 25th. Do not put any identity on your report. No name, no ID, no email. And beware of plagiarism. You will read this by yourself. You know what plagiarism is? Don't get a report of somebody and submit as your report. As well as you ought to make sure you paraphrase and reference materials properly. Okay, this coursework, you are going to submit 2 files. One file is the PDF report. The second file is the axure file with its components. You must use axure. The module must be submitted as axure, your mid-fidelity. Now, I will show you how to design a mid-fidelity. The request for mid-fidelity, you can provide high fidelity. However, they request mid-fidelity, okay? So what is high fidelity? High fidelity is a product that looks similar to what is obtainable outside. Mid-fidelity is the design that has all the functions working. All the functions are working, okay? So remember, the mid-fidelity should be an axure file. So don't use any design prototyping tool. You must use axure. Done. Next is detailed specification. I am sure you already have received the coursework, right? So this is my own detailed writings to highlight the coursework, okay? So you already received the coursework. If you want my draft, so you can see, I can give it to you, but my draft is my assumptions. And that is how it's supposed to be, should be your assumptions, okay? So now, Detailed specification. First, they said you have been commissioned to create a report and a prototype of a new interactive product for skiers on the ski slopes. So I find out what are skiers and what are the ski slopes, right? Eventually, we don't play this game in Vietnam. Yeah. So I put the picture of a skier on a ski slope. Do you understand? So that means I am going to design a product for this guy. Okay? The product is for this guy. Now, look at the basic brief. They say that the basic brief you have been given for the product is that it should enable the skier to track and view their skiing activity. So they will track and view. Example, statistics and route taking. So let me explain. Why statistics and the route taking? If you remember, there are applications for tracking your steps, walking steps, right? I intentionally did not put it here because I want to say in class and I want you to do it yourself. But I put some, I highlight some parts. So, statistics, example, people who want to burn down the calories. When you walk, you burn down your calorie, right? Some people take 1,000 steps a day, right? And then the wristband tells you how many steps you have taken and how many calories you have burned down, right? Okay, so you think towards that direction because looking at the steps that I have taken is a statistic, right? Looking at the calorie I have burned down is a statistics. Do you understand? Then, so in this case, the route that he has taken, how can the system know the route? Route is the way, right? How would the system know the route, the way? Huh? GPS. You need to think of enabling a GPS system so that it could be able to track the path that the user has passed through. Yeah? So Google Map provides a GPS location, kind of. It's an idea, but you need to be able to know that for you to track the route of a person on a mountain, he needs a GPS locator. Yeah? So the app must have GPS enabled in order to track the location taken. So, and he needs to view the snow condition. Okay, so how can he view the snow condition again? How can he know the snow condition? Using? Yes, using weather supporting tools that will tell him the snow condition. Maybe the snow is melting, okay? Something like that. Example, he needs to know about weather forecast. So the weather forecast will tell him the snow condition, right? At the mountain location they are. So here I put this. They need a smart device, e.g. a smartwatch, a smart handband. Smart hand wristband, okay? You know a wristband, right? People who walk to burn their calories, they use wristbands, okay? You can check this. Okay, you know them, right? This one, reminder. This one, bracelet calculator. Okay, this one. Smart bracelet calculator. So there is a wristband. This one will calculate your steps. Will show you the number of calories that you have burned. So this is the idea. This is the idea of what the product would be like. So that's why I put here smart devices. So if it is a smart device, you need to think about it. And another thing, this guy is a sport person. People who do sports, they don't like to put things in their pocket. Okay? So they need to tie it somewhere. So, and that's why I suggest maybe a wristband, a smartwatch, or a smart device that needs to be on the wrist. You need to decide with your own assumption what you want to produce. Okay? So the scope of the prototype should be limited to these two main areas. You are asked to create a proof of concept for the interaction of this system to see if users find it usable and desirable. The basic of this brief is open for interpretation, and you can and should design desirable interaction. Okay? so scope is open, is limited to this, it's not limited to these two, okay? So what is the limited? Should be limited to these two. What does that mean? It means that you must provide statistics and routes, and you must provide weather forecast and mountain location. These are the scope that they want you to focus on, but you can do more than that. You can provide other services. But these two functionality must appear. This skiers basic brief, okay, enable skiers to track, view their skiing activity. So a skier must be able to track and view. So these are the two areas, okay? Track, view. And in track, you need to know the route. You need to know the route. And in view, we need to know the statistics, and we need to know weather condition and forecast. Those are the two areas that you should focus on. Okay, so your brief is open for interpretation. So you should design your desirable interactions as you see fit based on your background readings and your research activities. So it is open. You can do more than what it is asked. But the core component must be given. And then you need to have, if you need to advance it, then you can do that. So you need to define the audience for your product. Now, I remember in one of the class I asked you what was the product, what was the audience for the product of your coursework. I said we don't know because coursework was not given to us, right? But now coursework is given to us. So, well, who is the audience? Who are the audience of your product? Skiers. Skiers are the audience, right? So in your coursework, you must define the users of the product, right? And then users are skiers. So you can choose, I put here, choose demography, example, age category. 38 years is the best for skiers according to articles. This is a research, okay? So if you go to Google and you say, what is the average age of a skier? You can see age of a snow sports, okay? They specify here, but let's go to this. You can give the slope. All right. Sure, young people make up the majority on the slope. The average skier is 38 years old. So that means average skiers, more people who do the skiing, they are between this age. So I even make a research to find out about the Olympic Games. And they are exactly between 35 to 40 people who goes for the Olympic skiing, right? So I'm giving you a background to see. Now, this is ENSA National Demographic Study Association for that game. Average age of a skier and snowboard age up to 39 this winter, from 37.6 to 38.5, range over the past 3 seasons. This is an article, so you can make this as a reference in your research, in your report. There's a link. Yeah? So, this time when you make, so these are the information. So here, you can find the percentages of the people who are on the skiing level. So now when you look at it, from 35 to 54, they have the highest peak. Huh? From here, this area is where we find the highest number of what? Skiers. So the average falls at 38. If from looking at this graph, the average falls at 38, okay? 37, 38, 37, 30. Just in between this, you find the percentage of respondents, percent of snowboard, okay? So these are the age, cohort of age, generation. Yeah. Okay, so this article is good for referencing, or you must reference using the Harvard referencing style, right? Good. So it's a draft. Skiers, you can choose them with gender, give you the average of your research, and find who you want. So this is an assumption. It's not mandatory. You have to put there. Okay. Needed from there to go on this. You can take people 20. Yeah. Decision. You can pass. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. You will pass. Yeah. All right. Anybody has a question? Next is your report assessment criteria. So for professional writing style, okay, writing style, article, good alignment, okay, use of good font, fine spacing, 1.5, good spacing, okay, academic report, journals, conference paper, articles, referencing, 5 marks. Evidence of appropriate research activities have been carried out. If I can see project management activity, I can see work breakdown structure in your report, 20 marks. Presentation of your proposed solution when you demo, you make a presentation, 15 marks. Detailed proposal for your empirical research studies, interactive prototype that are interactive, 20 marks. Conclusion drawings and limitation, 10 marks. Mid fidelity, if your work is mid fidelity and everything is working, 30 marks. Total, 100 marks. And aim for 100, so you can get 80 or you can get 70. Aim for 50, you get 30. And if you have a 30, you fail. Okay? 30 to 39 is a fail. 29 is a fail. 40 is satisfactory to 49. 50. So aim to get this, so you get this. Understand? Right? Aim for exceptional, and then you get excellent. Aim for excellent, and then you get very good. Aim for very good, and then you will get good. Aim for good, you get satisfactory. You aim for satisfactory, sorry, you won't get. It's a logic. So, what is the product to design? What is the product that you need to design? Okay. What about you? No, because if you try to get an exceptional result, you can get it. But there are some mistakes that you might make that will drop you back to excellent. That is what it means. It's not that if you aim for this, you must get this. No. There must be a mistake, or there is something you didn't do well. Even you are aiming for this, and then you discover that you find this. Right? So, people who aim for distinction, at worst, they get married. That's the point. At worst situation, because maybe they made a mistake somewhere, and the marker decided to say, oh no, you made as a distinction, I expect this, but you couldn't make it. However, your target was a distinction, but you see, you cannot go below merit, right? So you have gone back to the next phase, okay? So if you aim to get satisfactory, it's easy you fail. Because you might think that you have done everything well, and then the grader say, no, you didn't do it well, okay? So some student will tell me, oh, I don't care, I just only need a pass, right? They just only need a pass. That means the target is a pass. And then what if you don't get a pass? What will you get? Simple. So it's the logic behind it. So if you need a pass, you aim for a merit. So that you don't get a merit, you get the pass. That is how it is. Okay? So you understand? So aim for this. Okay? All right. I want to be sure that you understand the product of what we are talking about, right? Do you know the product to design? No? You know the product to design?
Yeah.
What is it?
Something like stopwatch or
Do you know the product to design? Can I borrow your watch? Can I borrow this? Okay. This will be very nice if this is going to work for the skier. It's my own assumption. Okay? If I want to use this, let me design this as my assumption. Okay? So, watch me. We do it together. After that, I will return your smartwatch. Okay? Okay, so I will try to illuminate this design. So, this guy is black, and I should do with black stuff. This was what I run for our previous class. So, I use the lady's watch. So, example weather. See, I clicked, so it shows me some statistics about weather, right? This is one type of a wristband that we're thinking about. So I'll create a new file so I can do everything new. Okay, so I create something like this and I group this guy and I take this guy and I drop this guy in the middle. Okay, I'm trying to design the hook. And then I get it done.
Nơi chị bằng bằng cái này.
Okay. Okay, so let's have a look at it. I'm trying to imitate this guy. It's an imitation, right? I might not get it correctly, but the idea is there. I can see. I can see the place for the hook, right? And for this ones, yeah, I can see the stripes and I can see the front page. I can see the front. I think what we need to do to make it a little darker by the side. This one, this one. Okay. This is a mid-fidelity kind of a thing to indicate Have you done this? Now you have to do this for me first. When you do this for me, I give you attendance. You do this, you draw this for me, I give you attendance. Okay? You're recording? Oh. Okay, so now let me show you something. Right now, I'm going to implement two features of the things that I need. I want to implement the location and the weather. Okay? Two buttons that I want to implement there. So I come to Google, location PNG. I want this, but it is white background. I want this one, but it is white. It is transparent background. I do not want a transparent background. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool. Oh, I want this. So I'm gonna download this. Now this is Pinterest. Okay, because it's Pinterest, I know how to trick. I go to this website, remove background, and I upload this picture that I put there. However, it's remove the background, but I don't want that. I need to edit, and I need to go to colors, and I need to pick a black color. Huh? No background, yes. I want to put a background. There was no background, but I need some background that I want to use. I think I like this one, so I will download it. So I have downloaded this background. Show in Finder. Okay. Okay, I need to bam.
cho nó tròn cơ. Tùy vào số.
Yes, it sits perfectly. Okay. Huh? So, if I click on this, it should give me location. You do that. All right, so you do that just like the functions here. If I click on this, it should show something. Okay, so this is how to create the wristband or the mid fidelity. Then you need to provide your interaction. Another thing you could do is Okay, look at what I'm gonna do. This is location. I pick that, you put that here. What other thing do I need? Ah, I pick this guy. This is the weather. You can download what you want to download. I just crop them because they are black background, and I think I can use them as they are.
It's 2 o'clock.
Okay, you have some images to show. Simple. You can see the spot statistics. You can see the weather. You can see two different location icons, right? But I would prefer this location icon than this one. But they're still the same. Anyway, if you don't want the border, you just remove the border. You don't need to show it. The border is just to put a grid for you to see clearly. But if you don't need the border, you just disable the border. Okay, so no borders. Looks better. So you can use anything. You can use a smart app device. You can use the smart wristband if you chose to. Whatever you choose to use is your choice. But this is the idea to get something reasonable looking. If you're good, you can find some interactions on the internet, some good pictures, and you can also use. Ah, it's copy and paste, huh? Just copy and paste, huh? High fidelity. So it becomes high fidelity. Okay. Extremely high fidelity. So you can look at this and you do your design based on this if you want to as well. Okay, done. Now I move to my lectures. So you don't have an excuse. You have already understood what the interactive design concept would be and what you need to bring out. So we will talk about persuasive design and emotional interactions. So what are persuasive design? Persuasiveness is from the word persuasion. Persuasion means convince something, convince someone. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand persuasive design and type design, emotions and the user experience, expressive interfaces, how the appearance of an interface can affect user. If the appearance of an interface is not good, user performance will not be good. Frustrating interfaces, what they are and how you can reduce them. Frustrating interfaces are interfaces that you try to use and you cannot use, or they keep popping up some errors. So what are persuasive technologies and behavioral change? How technologies can be designed to change people's attitudes and behavior, as well as gamification, and we will look at anthropomorphism, the pros and cons for anthropomorphism in design. So from the icon, persuasiveness, we want to make sure people feel happy when they use the application. Or when I interact with your system, I should be able to be happy interacting with your system, not to be getting error-prone messages. Now look at these 3 messages. These are 3 messages, okay? And we want to look at persuasiveness. Which one is more persuasive? Hey, what's the show last night? Pretty sure my ears will be ringing for the next week. No, not that, right? You know the meaning, right? What is that? That is what it means, right? So when you read a message and someone say loud, they expect you to what? Laugh out loud. So it was great meeting you. I'm surprised we hadn't met before. We have so many mutual friends. So we should hang out free on Saturday. I know a great coffee shop near Chinatown that has a killer view. All right. Now you are a developer or you are a designer. You need to present this to your users. Which one is the best? Which one has the most persuasiveness? Which interface has the most persuasiveness if you look at it? These are the same messages, and now they have been transformed into a program. So which one has the most persuasiveness? Huh? The first one? Why? Why the first one? The third one has more persuasiveness? No. No persuasion, no persuasion. That doesn't mean you cannot read them. You can read them. This has persuasion. You can easily read because the contexts are being divided into borders, right? Easily. They are not same, right? So you can know how many times this message comes in, unlike these ones, right? So in persuasiveness, we will prefer to present to the user these types of presentation than giving these types of presentation. You are familiar with it because when you use social applications, you see this context, right? So what is persuasive design? Simple. An area of design practice that focuses on influencing human behavior. We want to influence human behavior. Based on psychological and social theories, we use in any field, it's used in any fields requiring a target group as long as long-term engagement for the target group. Now, this is persuasive, area of design practice that focus on influencing human behavior. So we want to influence the human behavior. People who design games, they use gamification and persuasiveness to attract the user to be able to stay on the game system. Yeah? Some families have to ask their kids to stop playing game. Because what? The kids are persuaded, like this guy is persuaded to play his FIFA, right? On the system. Yeah? So persuasiveness. Something keeps you attracted to the system and you stay there for long. Yeah? So just because people can do something doesn't guarantee that they will do it. It's true. Just because I can do something doesn't guarantee that I can do it. Yeah? It's true. If I know how to play a music and I go to a club where they play music, it doesn't guarantee that I will play music. Do you understand? I have to be persuaded to play music. If I'm not persuaded, I will not play. So just because that you can do something does not necessarily you will always do that thing. Okay. This is cool. Now, forget about Adolf Hitler. Anybody knows who Adolf Hitler is? Okay. Now, Adolf Hitler is being referred as an evil genius. Okay, as an evil genius, someone who is very bad. But is he the only person who is very bad? Actually, there are people who are worse than Adolf. But why is Adolf's case different? Why is his case different that people reference him? People persuade people not to be like Adolf. Why? Because Adolf is a leader. He was a leader, right? So because he was a leader, but there are people who are deadlier than Adolf, they are not leaders. And people don't know about them, right? So persuasiveness, Adolf is being referenced because of people persuade, oh, don't be like this wicked leader because of his position. Okay, head design is pioneered by human factors in cooperation to improve user engagement. So it's a complement of classic usability and user experience best practice. And usability or UX can do something with PET design, such as PET stands for persuasion, emotion, and trust. So this concept of design, in my interface, I persuade the user. When I persuade the user, I take the emotion of the user, I make the user fall in love with the system. Then when the user fall in love with the system, the user create trust for the system. Simple. Okay? Especially now, people that develop e-commerce solution, they have to create persuasion and trust, even when they cannot create emotion. But persuasion and trust is very important. If I don't trust the portal, I cannot buy anything online. Right? So example, Shopee, they apply this. They have to make sure you trust that they can deliver, you trust that they can provide, you trust that they can secure your transaction. Right? So they apply the concept of PET in e-commerce design also. Now let's look at usability. An easy door to use. Hey, this is a shop that sells clothes. And the door is what? Wide open. So you can just walk in and start purchasing things, right? One, this is usability. The door is easy. You don't need to knock, you don't need to open. One, usability. Now, what about this one? Persuasion is different from usability. Where is the persuasion now in this door? What is the persuasion here? Sales is the persuasion. This thing, they persuade people to come into the shop. It is not here. Even the shop is empty. People might not want to enter. Do you understand? Even the door is open. People might not want to enter. People care about their. There's a banner, there's a sale. It's a persuasion. Okay, they put something to capture your attention. Okay? To attract you. There is no attraction here. Okay? But there's attraction here. Actually, if you leave it like this, maybe 5 people will come into this shop. Yes. If you leave it like this, you are guaranteed that more than 10 people will come into this shop. Why? There is a persuasion. Oh, I want to see. Maybe I like this dress. Maybe now they are on sale, so let me go. Cheaper money. with me. Let me go for it. That is persuasion. But also, there are logic in business persuasion. Sometimes people put a banner of 70% discount, Zamza, but actually there is no Zamza in that thing. There is no discount. Okay? How would you know that the product is on discount? Who can tell me? How would you know that the product is actually on discount? If you want to go to a shop and they say it's on discount, how can you know that it is actually a discounted product? Sometimes they tell you it's discount, but you are paying actual price. It's market monopoly. So how would you know exactly if a product is really on discount?
Do you buy this before or share on the internet?
Yes.
Actual price.
If you buy it before, you know the price. Or you search on internet to compare the price. Or you search other shops to compare the price, right? So someone said, oh, this is from Australia. Now it was 1 million, but now it's 500,000. Actually, the actual price will be actually 500,000. Yeah? They just do Chengdu for you. But if you know the product, you will know that, oh, I got this product for this price, and actually now this is discount. Or I need to check with other shops to see if the price tallies or not. Okay? So if the price does not change with other shops, there is no discount there. It's just persuasion. They're trying to persuade you to come into the shop to buy things. Pet techniques, they can use trust so that they can gain your trust. They can use emotions to make you fall in love. Okay? You know, if you have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend, emotion is based on what we call temperaments. Okay, users' temperaments or people's temperaments. Okay, so somebody will tell you, I get angry because I easily have emotions. And somebody will tell you, now you need to be logical, don't just get angry just like that. So somebody will say, no, I am not a logical person, I am an emotional person. Do you understand? So what does emotions mean? Emotion means you justify things based on your feelings. You don't use your medulla oblongata. You don't use your brain. Yeah? You use your feelings. How do you feel about something? Yeah? So, basically most ladies fall into this class. Having emotions. Okay? They justify things based on what? Their emotions. Even ladies will love you based on their emotions, based on their feelings. They come quantum whether you have money or you are handsome or you are very, okay? So you will see somebody very ugly, don't have a money, and you see a very beautiful girl with him. And somebody who has money and has handsome and everything, you say, why? Why is she going for this dude? Right? Emotions, feelings. It is based on our feelings, not because of class, right? But we men, normally, we have no emotions. We use logical to address situations, okay? So basically, we are logicals. So God is perfect. He gave us two different forms of human beings. A female will be emotional and a man will be logical. They put together, try to see how you can balance the equation. Persuasions, impressions, persuasions, validations, experience, pressure, compliance, navigations, all are part of techniques for PETs. So as we see, PET stands for what? Persuasion, trust, and emotions, right? Persuasion, emotion, and trust, that is what PET stands for. So when we develop an application, we want to make sure we capture the user. Example now, literally when you want to capture a mouse, what do? Give a mouse a cheese. Drop a cheese somewhere, a mouse will always come around. Okay? Or any food that you know mouse likes, drop it somewhere and they will always come jumping looking for it. That is the concept of pets. Entice people. Let them be attracted to your application. Let them be attracted to your website. Let them be attracted to your system. Some persuasion techniques, social proof. Amazon, it tells you that all new Amazon Echo second generation heater, that these things, 8,800 people have purchased this product. Oh, 8,000 is quite a number. And there are more than 1,000 answers, question and answers, in fact. Okay? So that means this is a good product. If 8,000 people are buying it, I would want to buy it. So it's common. It's not something new that is having problem. A lot of people already have purchased it. Scarcity. 7 days left. After 7 days, we will not find this again. So let me buy it quickly before it's over. But possibly it's just absorbed. They have hundreds of them. Yeah? But sometimes they can punish you. They know that you need it. They have it. But they want to create that impression of scarcity. Say, come back in 3 days. Or come back in 4 days. We will source it for you. But they already have it. It's just a marketing technique to make sure that you will go and tell somebody, oh, I have to wait for 5 days. Right? Word of mouth. You will use your word of mouth to also improve the scarcity of the product. So that is what 99, just $100, 7 left, okay? 7 days left, and over 10 have been bought, okay? So what is this? This is just a hook, mounted trailer hitch or trunk mounted bike rack for up to 3 bikes. So people who go hiking, you can take your Jeep and go to the mountain. So you take your bike from there and continue hiking, right? Contrast. Contrast means you make content readable, but you provide a target content that the user will go into the app. So get started. I cannot read clearly on this page, but I can read the get started much better. Then I can click on get started. It will take me to open that page for me much clearer. So they blow the first so that you can go inside to see what is inside. Or they provide some good topics that you are interested in, but you need to go inside further to see more. Is persuasion. The trigger, persuasion. You know what is this? You know what is this? For men, William Curl. WC. Okay, so this happens in an airport. So the cleaning people are always angry that when men wee-wee, they splash their wee-wee on the floor. So a company decided to treat men by building the sink with the picture of a fly that looks real. Okay, so it's a target. So when men come to pee, what is this fly doing here? So I want to kill it. Then they target exactly on the fly. And then they wee in the center immediately. So, and then after that, they discover the fly is not going. Oh, what's wrong with this? They want to have a good look, but already the actual persuasive target has been achieved. Because what? The man wants to wee on the fly, so he does not wee on the floor. And then they achieve their target. And so according to the airport age, a small fly into each urinal terminal was put. Cleaning bill was cut by 80%. So they no longer pay money more on cleaning bills, right? Because what? They always hit the target. Men always wee in the target directly than wee on the floor. So the cleaner doesn't need to clean. Maybe before the cleaner will clean like 10 times in 10 minutes. But now, maybe 1 time a day. So that's why if 1 time a day, that means the cost has been cut a lot. What is emotional interaction in the context of emotion techniques? Simple. That is emotional interaction in the context of emotional techniques. So HCI has traditionally been about designing efficient and effective systems to focus on usability. Now, more about how to design interactive systems that make people respond in a certain way.